So for today's video, Hobbii has challenged me to be part of their hobbiilovefest. Hobbii is an online store where you can find everything you need for your knitting and crochet. You can find pretty much every yarn and every tool you would ever need. They also have Hobbii Plus, which is a subscription where you get free patterns from designers all over the world. You also get bonus points with every order and a whole lot of other benefits. Without a subscription, you can also access all of the free patterns they have on their store. There's also their bingo app where you can win prizes every Sunday. Yeah, I really recommend checking out their store. Pretty much you can find anything, so it's a one-stop shop. The hobbiilovefest is all about showing your love for your craft, so I'll be creating something that's very inspired by the usual colors of love. I'll be working with red and pink. I've always loved this color combination, but I don't have anything like this on my wardrobe. I thought it would be cool to create a wrap cardigan like those worn by ballerinas that tie at the side, and I want to make it raglan. I'm a bit worried just because I'm going to do a stripe pattern and I don't know how to do short rows on a stripe pattern, but also I'm thinking that I might not need short rows because from my experience, when you do raglan and you don't do short rows on the back, usually the front gets pulled up, but as the cardigan is open at the front, that won't happen. So I think I might get away with it if I don't do short rows, which will be probably the case because I don't know how to do them in stripe pattern either way. I've already knitted a swatch because I will be creating my own pattern, so I've created this swatch. So this will be my stripe pattern on the cardigan. I'm still a bit unsure if I should do narrower stripes or not, but I think it looks cool like this. So the swatch is still attached to the yarn because I'm going to unravel it and I didn't want to have to tie the yarn unnecessarily, so yeah, it's still attached. I've also done all of the calculations I needed to do to create the pattern. Hopefully it will work out. I will show you the thought process behind my calculations. It might not be correct because I haven't created many patterns, but I will guide you through my thought process, and also you can tell me on the comments if it's correct or not. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so this is my idea basically. So it's a wrap cardigan. I don't want it to be too loose. I want it to be kind of fitted. This is the overall shape. It's going to be raglan. It's going to be short sleeved. I am still unsure if I will finish the edge of the sleeves with I-cord or with ribbing. Still don't know yet, but I know that I'm going to do I-cord all around and then it's going to be a tie to close the cardigan. And then I did all of my calculations, so I knitted my swatch so I know how many stitches and how many rows I have in 10 centimeters. So I measured from another cardigan the neck opening until about here, because after this I'm going to do the increases for the front. But yeah, this is how many stitches I'm going to cast on. So I calculated how long this was and I figured out how many stitches it was, and I've also calculated how many stitches I need to separate for the sleeves, for the back and for the front. And then I just calculated the length from my neck until my armpit, and that told me how many rows I would have to do. And then I just calculated how many stitches I needed to have across my arm to figure out how many increases I would have to do from the top until the bottom, and that told me that I have to increase around every 4 rows. Yeah, that's about it. I just need to know how many stitches I'm going to cast on, how many stitches I have to divide between the back, the sleeves and the front. Yeah, and then I just needed to figure out how many increases I would have to do to achieve a size that would fit around my arm. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. You can easily hack a raglan sweater pattern if you want to do this. I just like the challenge, I guess. But yeah, so I'm going to cast on the stitches, divide it, and I haven't calculated how many increases I need to do around here. I'm going to increase every 4 rows also. I think that will work out. I don't know if I've already told you, but I will be using 4.5mm needles. Okay, so first I need to unravel this. Okay, so I have a little bit of progress. I'm not sure. I've put it in this dress form just so that you can see what I have so far, but I have only pinned half of it because I don't have a cable that's long enough. But yeah, this is what the increases at the armhole look like. Yeah, and I don't know if for the v-neck, no, I think it's alright. I was afraid that I should increase every 6th row instead of every 4th row, but I think it will be alright. Yes, so I'll keep going. I think it's looking really beautiful so far. You can see that the alpaca blaze is a little bit fluffier than the mohair, but they look lovely together. Yeah, so I'll keep going and I'll show you the progress. Okay, so it's my second day working on this. I did quite a bit of progress yesterday. I think I'm almost ready to separate the arms from the body. I'm just going to do another red row and then I'm going to separate it. But yeah, so far so good. I'm still a bit unsure about the number of increases that I did, but I'm crossing my fingers that it will look alright in the end. It's looking really beautiful in my opinion. Okay, so it's finally time to separate the arms from the body. I'm going to knit until the first marker, then I'm going to place these stitches on hold. I'm going to cast on around 10 stitches and then I'm going to do the same for the rest. Knit the back, separate the arm and knit the right front section. So I'm trying it on, but my cable isn't long enough for you to see how it's actually looking, but I think it's looking really cute. The neckline is a little bit wide, but I think I can fix that if I add some ribbing or I cord to finish the edges. You know, like I'll use a smaller needle and I'll pick up every other stitch or something like that, but I can totally fix. Yeah, I should have just casted on less stitches and did more increases, but I think it's looking really beautiful. I'm excited to keep going, but today I have to go grocery shopping and I also have a dinner tonight, so I won't be working too much today on this. I don't know if I'll see you much today, but if not, see you tomorrow. Yesterday I didn't end up doing any more knitting, but I'll keep going today. My goal today is, if I can, to finish the body. I'm going to do it kind of crop. You have to calculate how many rows that will be, but yeah, I want it to go until the length of this top. So let's keep going and I'll show you my progress throughout. I'm going to take a break from knitting to eat some lunch, but I just wanted to show you the progress that I have so far. Since this morning I have knitted this section, which doesn't look like much, but at this point I'm just a bit done with purling. I haven't done it throughout the whole project for quite a while. I've been doing projects that mostly require just knitting in the round without any purling, so I'm getting a bit tired of it. I think I can finish this in around 2 or 3 days, but yeah, so far this is my progress. I'm just going to have lunch and then I'll keep going. am finally very close to being done with this one. The stitches that I had casted on around the neckline and the sleeves were too many, so the neckline was a bit wide, so I picked once every 2 stitches to make it a little bit smaller, and I think it worked out perfectly. But it's almost done. I didn't use as much yarn as I thought I would. I just used 2 balls of yarn from the pink one, and I didn't even finish it. And I used 2 balls of the red one. I had to open 2 more to do the neckline, but I wasn't expecting to do this with just around 4 balls of yarn. I still have to do the sleeves, but okay, let's imagine around 5 balls of yarn. Now I'm going to do the I-cord, which I'm going to use to close the cardigan, but I'm not sure if I'll do the I-cord with knitting needles or if I'll try with crochet needles. I think that crochet needles will be a lot faster, so I'll give it a go. I found a tutorial online and I found at least 2 different methods, but I don't want it to be too thin, so I'm going to try them out and see which one I prefer, and I'll let you know. As you've seen in the last clip, I'm very close to being finished. I'm just going to knit the 2 sleeves. They'll be short sleeves, so I'm hoping that it won't take too long. I'll be using these really small cable and needles. I hate knitting with needles this small, but I'm hoping it will work. If not, I'll just change to a bigger cable and use the magic loop. And then I have to weave in all of the ends, which are quite a lot. It's currently 2 p.m. I think I might be done, I don't know. I'm hoping that each sleeve will take me 2 hours, so 4 hours. Around 6 p.m. I might have finished this. I'm going to do that and I'll get back to you. Remember when I told you that I thought I would be finished by 6 p.m.? It's currently almost 9 p.m. and I'm just now going to cast off the second sleeve, but I already have the first sleeve. It turned out well. For some reason during the afternoon I decided that I would change the legs on my chair. So yeah, I lost an hour on that. But it's okay. I'm going to finish this one today and I'll show you how it turned out tomorrow. Remember when I told you yesterday that I was going to finish it? I didn't. But I'm just going to cast this off and then I'm going to take care of the ends.
I did make a reel of the pants because toadies don't have to cause travel pillow. If you were curious, he is wearing that out in the fall and his legs, his paws.
Okay, so I finished the wrap cardigan. I think it turned out really cute. I hope you enjoyed following along my knitting process, and I also want to thank Hobbii for sponsoring this video. It's my first sponsor on YouTube, so I'm really excited about it. Hobbii was the first online store where I bought yarn when I first started knitting, so I think it was fitting to have them as my first sponsor. I hope you like these kind of videos. I'm not the most regular person on YouTube, but I really enjoyed making this video. If you like this sort of knitting vlogs and sewing vlogs as well, let me know because I would love to make more of these. I'm just going to leave some shots of me wearing the top so that you can see it in more detail, and I hope to see you on the next one.